So it's post deer season, and pretty much this is our wide open time of year. And unfortunately, a couple days ago, I came down. I guess I got the flu. I don't know what it is. It's bad, like a bunch of hairy ninja monkeys. Dropped several gates last weekend. Ended up trapping hogs last night. I mean, and we did a video on it, and I don't think it was pretty. I was hurting, man. But we're going back out tonight. Dropped on a single boar. Might be kind of hard, like, hey, you got the flu, you're sick, you run the fever, blah, 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 why? Well, it's a single bore on a property that we don't have a whole lot to work with on the property. It's a smaller tract of land, and due to this boar's history, I guess we should call it, they're a spooky, freaky hog to trap. And it's like when you get the opportunity to take them, take them. So what is the hog? The hog is a boar that's ears have been removed. Now, very hard to dive into that world. You got to understand the majority of our behavior as human beings is learned behavior. So somewhere somebody came up with this great idea, let's cut the ears off of a boar hog or a sow. We've had sows with no ears. And generally it goes back to some type of human interaction. And I can tell you what we know of, not factual, but what we know of as what we have been told. People who run hogs with dogs will remove their ears. We've been told that. Because when the dogs go to grab the hogs, there's nothing to work with because the ears are gone. So then they got to kind of grab them by the throat, make them work harder. It's also a way for other people to go, hey, that hog has had human contact before. Irregardless of what the scenario is, it's just absolutely inhumane, and I can't wrap my head around it. I really can't. I'm not sure where that learned behavior was a good idea, but somebody thought it was, and it still goes on, and it's 2026. So I don't want to get into any verbal arguments or any internet whatever, but we take a firm stand on that we do not agree with it. It has nothing to do with what we do for a living, personally, professionally, all the above. It's inhumane, it should not be done. What it also does as an end result of that traumatic experience, because it had to be traumatic for that hog, I would think, they're just a freak show to trap. So that's a freak show to trap. That would be how I would classify that clinically, is that they're so spooked up that they are really hard to trap. And so my advice to you, if you run across any earless hogs, you have the opportunity to take them, because anything that gets near a human being, a trap, a car, a fence, anything that's man-made related, them suckers are just a freak show. So why go out when you got the flu and you've been laying in the house all day and sleeping and taking Benadryl and eating gummy bears, because it's an earless hog. So it's a 40-mile run, roughly about 40 miles from the house to get there. We're loaded up. We're still kind of half-assed loaded up from last night. We had the recon on one of our trailers. All the rifles are actually in the garage. Really heavy dew last night. So anytime we have a lot of heavy dew, everything goes in the garage, fire up the dehumidifier, and dry all of our babies out. Enough of all that lip flapping, we gotta roll. I'm going by myself. I don't want nobody in the truck with me with this junk that I got. And anyway, the wife's sleeping in a bubble, and the wife and the bride, same person. But the boss didn't even really like the idea of going out tonight, but it is what it is. She can always fire me. Y'all hang on. All right, we're here on property, getting ready to jump out of the truck and get geared up. Gotta go down, cut down, we're on a little road here, on the property road. Just cutting down through a little fire break here. I don't know, probably about 600 yards to the trap. Really thick underbrush. This property hasn't been burned in a while, so hard to do the thermal work. Thermal work's only going to be right on the road going down, and then around the trap there's a little bit of an opening. Do a little bit of thermal work there. This is our second gate drop on this property. We've been on this property
I think 9 months, something like that. It's not a big tract of land, like I said earlier. It's semi-residential, which is kind of weird for us, but it's about 400 acres. So that's not all land for us as trappers. So it does have its periodic hog issues that pop in and out. So all that being said, not feeling too bad. It's always good to get out at night. It's a beautiful night. Last night was really, really foggy. Horrible fog last night. Couldn't see anything. Tonight it is clear. The moon's popping out, and we're fixing to put Big Boy here, take him out of the equation, and like I said earlier, man, these hogs, the ears have been removed. You know, they're tough. I mean, really tough to trap. And so, you know, normally we give hogs a lot longer in a system, especially a single bore. We'll watch them for weeks, whatever. No, not these guys. These guys, we're going to take them as quickly as we can. Once we're pretty confident they're running solo. None of our other cameras we have on the property are showing anything except this guy. So we're going to go ahead and take him out. But yeah, they're hard to trap just because they've been messed with. So hang on. So when you talk about almost a full moon, isn't that crazy? Man, that's why it's the world's greatest job, just being out here at night like this. Slipping around in the woods. Ain't nobody bothering you. Pure America right here. All right, so we fixing to gear up, cut down through these woods here and do some thermal work. Hang on. All right, we're right here at the trap. I mean, I can see him in the trap without the thermal. I'm gonna start easing that way. Hey, he just heard me. I'll work way over here to the gate side. Oh boy. He's not nice. Hey, fella. Calm down, bud. You got some cutters on you. This ain't his first rodeo. Hey, buddy. You're okay. You're okay, bud. Looks different with no ears on, don't he? All right, we're gonna go ahead and put him down. We'll get back to you. Well, as you can see, he was kind of spun up on some gummy bears. Hey, man, I don't blame him. I mean, if somebody held me down and cut my ears off and then let me go, and then some other fool, this fool right here, you know, sets a trap up in a kind of a sweet spot, you know, it's all about trap location, you know, like real estate, you know, and, you know, he's been coming in here feeling kind of comfortable. It took him a little bit, you know, and then flipped the switch. I mean, he's going to be spun up. So, You know, whatever he turned out to be truly isn't his fault. Why do we want to, I don't know, broadcast that? I mean, if we'd have come here in the daytime and did a video and showed all that junk and let him get spun up as hard as he could get spun up, it'd be 60 million views. You know what I mean? Nah, we ain't about that. Just ain't gonna do it. I promise you, to the guy that's over there living in that house that's paying our bill, that ain't what he's about, and that ain't what we're about. So if we're the only ones on this road, then we're the only ones on this road. It's all about just trying to calm him down and take him down. But yeah, he was spun up. I mean, he was a piece of work. So we're gonna go ahead and take you on in there and show you. He's got some decent cutters on him, and you know, just he was hyped up from the get-go. I mean, I came down this little road here, hit him with a thermal. He didn't know I was here. The wind was good, and literally, what busted me was this right here. He heard me unzip this belly bag I got and get my phone out. That's what he heard, and then that was it. He started blowing panels up, you know. So anyway, let me show you what we got. There's our big boy, and we're gonna black out the blood so you won't get to see that. But as you can clearly tell, the ears have been removed. Zoom in there, no ears, and definitely got a mouthful of cutters. Decent cutters, seriously now. Good sized boar. I mean, he's not no giant. Let me zoom back out, but he's a decent sized boar. So what we got here is a 4-time on-time feeder. We are running a Jaeger Pro live video camera system with a booster antenna, directional booster antenna, which you can see up there. This property is really odd. Cell service is horrible here, and you're really not that far from civilization, if I could talk. Now, this is the newest Jaeger Pro gate, and you'll see that we're running a Jaeger Pro ice camera on the outside. Now, I'll have to spin you around because we actually made some modifications to the grate. We are not big on any exposed wires. We do not like exposed wires. Squirrels, raccoons, everything loves wires, chew on it. We ain't about all that. Now, if you look at this trap, it is a 13 panel system. And some of you may be like, well, what the heck's up with that? Okay, so Jaeger Pro shortened the panels. Probably maybe a year ago, 2 years ago. Don't remember exactly. And it's for shipping purposes. It's a lot cheaper to ship if they're a little bit shorter. We were so used to a 12 panel Jaeger Pro, so when they shortened it, each panel got a little bit shorter, I think by 3 inches. It ended up being about 3 feet. So all total, a normal 12 panel system was 3 feet shorter. And so when we got onto this job, told the customer we're buying 13 panels, not 12. So it's actually a 13 panel Jaeger Pro, which makes it 3 feet bigger than what the 12 panel system used to be. And if you are thoroughly confused, no worries. I failed. I can't even talk today. I failed college algebra twice, and but just trust me, it's a 13 panel Jaeger Pro system. So anyway, we got to walk back up to the hill, get the Tacoma, and we're going to load him up. And actually, we're going to go ahead and do our maintenance since we're here. So it's a beautiful night, and go ahead and knock this maintenance out. But what a beast, really. I'm glad to take him out of the equation. As you can tell, he was very much pumped up. But yeah, I mean, you can tell, no ears. Doesn't look like he's a bar. So a bar is when the actually, I think his testicles have been removed. So he is a bar, which means someone removed his testicles and they also cut his ears off. Good Lord, poor guy. All right, brother, you ain't got to suffer no more. All right, hang on. So we talked about this when we were inside the trap. So the new Jaeger Pro gates, the control box mounts like on a T-post, like over there somewhere, if you wanted to do it that way. Then there's a wire that runs over and plugs in. basically right there, okay? So what we, yeah, I know that's ugly as hell, but Wyatt welded a bracket. We just attach it with some screws, and then we made a PVC pipe and then sealed it, and it goes right in. So the actual wire's all enclosed inside that PVC pipe. So there's no exposed wires for squirrels, raccoons, anything to screw with. And then we went ahead and just bolted it to the gate, and we're good with that. And that's how we modify for us, for what we use for our business on the trapping side, not the sale side. The trapping side, that's how we do it. So anyway, there you go. So we're wrapping up maintenance, got the feeder done. Just finished up the live video, fixing to jump onto the control box battery. And then we're gonna jump on the ice, and we're about ready to pack up.
All right, we're back here in the shop. Got everything put away. It's about 3:30 in the morning. I'm hurting. Hope you guys enjoyed the video tonight. You know, if you haven't never had exposure to the earless hogs, it's quite the I don't know, kind of hard to wrap your head around it. And you know, the way that I look at it is learned behavior, like I said earlier in the video. You know, when I was a young boy, I remember my dad going to work sick. I mean, he worked in a quarry, and I remember him being just dog sick going to work. You know, when I peeled out of here tonight, you know, my boys have seen it. They grew up with it. You know, if you're sick, you know, I mean, you don't want to spread germs, but if you got to work, you got to work. And I'm pretty sure I'm not going to give germs to any hogs out there in the woods. So you tell somebody you're going to do something, you do it, you know. And so what are they learning? They're learning that when they grow up, sometimes you got to go to work sick, because that's just, you said you'd do something, you need to do it. Whoever learned that behavior about this whole ear removal thing, you know, it just needs to stop. I mean, it really does. It really needs to stop. And I hope the video gets out there and educates people about that behavior, and people get on a bandwagon about it, because it's just wrong, man. I mean, it just is. You know, I don't like a hog, I don't care for a hog, but I don't want a hog to suffer. And it is one of God's creatures, you know. And I meant what I said tonight for that hog. That hog has suffered, you know. And now he's some crazy, freaky, spazzy, hard to trap, and probably just mean, you know. And no, that ain't right. It just ain't. So that's what I got. Learn behavior, you know. Time to change it up. Do something different. So with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. Probably take some Benadryl and just try to sleep it. So I got a lot of maintenance coming in the next couple of days. It's the first of the month, and we got I don't know, 3 other systems at least with hogs in it. We're just trying to get that group formulated, so got to try to rest while I can. And you know, it's our busy time of the year. You know, planting season's right around the corner, a couple months out for peanuts, and we got to keep putting the hammer down. So with all that being said, yeah, I'm gonna say it today: spread the love, not the hate. And doing that kind of crap to a hog, ain't no love in that, man. Not at all. Just go out there, like I tell the boys. It ain't personal. It's just a job that we got to do, and do it ethically, do it morally, all the above, man. Just, they're an invasive species. This is the only way we know how to combat it, so combat it and be done with it. So, y'all have a great day. I'm fixing to hit the sack, Jack, and no gummy bears.